Confessions of a Fleshy Star. I don't know what episode this is. It's been a while. It's been about maybe 6 months since I've done a last one. My life's been really busy. We traveled a lot this year because I wasn't sick, which I'm super grateful for. Well, let's see. I went to the Monroe Institute over the summer. I did that at the end of May and first week of June. I went for 2 programs. I went for a sleep study, which was using Monroe sound science, like frequencies, sound signals. And so the Monroe Institute, a little background information, if you don't know about the Monroe Institute, is a place for like higher consciousness exploration. And so I went there for the sleep study. I had to wear Aura Ring for like, I don't know, a couple months so they could track like my sleeping and things like that. And so while we were there, we were at the Nancy Penn Center, which is like the main place where they have all the check units that are like, Faraday cages and copper and stuff. And so my husband and I shared a room. We had like the honeymoon suite. It was really like the biggest room there. It was very nice. We went with like our really good friends, Kimla and John, and we had a really good time. But we did like lots of meditations in our check unit, and we all saw a bunch of crazy stuff and journaled about it and drew out some stuff. And like twice during the week, they hooked us up to the EEG machine. They put like EEG caps to measure like our brain waves while we were meditating, which was really cool. Yeah, lots of expansion and workshops and visualization and really cool. Hung out with our friends, and it was like the best adult summer camp I've ever went to. And then my second week at the Monroe Institute, which was like right after my sleep study, I did the Gateway Voyage, which is like, everyone knows about like the Monroe Gateway tapes, like, and like the consciousness levels and stuff. Well, I did that like at the place on the Monroe Mountain, which retreat center, which is where Robert Monroe and his wife lived. So we were there, and it was like a different vibe. There were different crystal. There was a big crystal up there too. It was different. It had different energy. And so I did the Gateway Voyage there, and I had, some more expansion and insight on things that I was working through. I got initiated into Akashic record work, which was super cool. I haven't done much with that because just like I've been doing a lot of different all over the place things lately. But it's there. It's there when it's ready to be explored, which is super cool. So yeah, Monroe Institute was super cool over the summer. And then when we came back, we did Higher Healing Fair, which is a healing fair that happens every year in Eugene with a bunch of like our high-vibed friends. And I was like super busy all day. I had clients all day, and the energy was like super wild, and it was really cool. I was like really grateful to be there and connecting with people and helping people. It was really awesome. Let's see, Community Healing Night is celebrated its 1 year. I've gone like almost every single Monday for a whole year, donating my Reiki services at Community Healing Night for our community. And I really like that space. I really like Community Healing Night. We've expanded and grown together as a group like this entire year. So many gifted individuals, like all of us have just grown exponentially and become like, stepping into our authentic selves even more, which is like super awesome. Like musicians who are just like growing and singing and like, writing original songs, and like healers expanding and like being more brave to like do their weird, healing stuff, be weird, you know what I mean? Like just be all out there, like their psychic capabilities, their senses. Like I definitely have grown with Community Healing Night a lot myself. Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely like not afraid to be like in my power, as like a mystic and like a woman. Because I know like in my past like experiences, it was really hard for me to like really step into that authenticity and embody that, especially like because I'm really psychic, and I'd have a lot of people, lovers or friends or whomever, like gaslight me for that. And so it's really nice to be growing like as a tribe, as a group with Community Healing Night. And I like that there's so many different offerings. It's always different. It's never like the same thing. And my friend Katie like is the mother of this, and she's really put a strong community together, and I really appreciate her for the safe container for everyone to grow. Like I definitely feel like a lot of future leaders of the new earth, of like, the new, are being birthed here in this container. I can really feel that and identify with that, which is great. I really love our community. I love the place I live. I finally feel like I live in a place that I feel like I'm accepted for, like, my authentic self, and like, my not normal to average people, but normal to everybody else eccentricities. So it's super cool. So I've been doing Community Healing Night for a year. It's been really great. I've gotten clients from there. I've made lifelong friends there. Like, it's amazing. We just had this really expansive cacao and Bobinsana heart opening ceremony put on by two, like, just, angelic goddesses. And it was very powerful. I'm still feeling the effects of the Bobinsana. And I'm actually going to be microdosing Bobinsana for a month with my husband as we prepare for like other kind of journeys and stuff. So it's really interesting and really cool. And like I've had a lot of big like breakthrough moments. We did the Cacao Bobinsana ceremony on 11/11 in the portal, so it was like super intense. And like, yeah, like my intention was to come back to myself, and I really feel that like I've had a lot of expansive change just instantly. It's been like just instant. It's been amazing. So I could only imagine like at the end of a month, like working with the plant medicine Bobinsana, like how much more I'm gonna like, blossom and change and grow and really step into my authenticity. Like I'm very grateful. Like this is like, what I've been looking for. I've been having major blocks and like, feeling comfortable and safe in myself. There's been just a lot of changes over the past 3 years, and like really a lot of like expansion, which is amazing, but a lot of like internal like shadow work, like landscape things that have been really heavy. And I feel like a lightness finally coming, especially with on my note of to talk about this transit that's finally closing. So I'm a cardinal sign. I'm an Aries, so my sun, moon, and Mercury is in Aries, so I'm very heavy cardinal influence. And so us cardinal signs have been through this transit with Pluto in Capricorn for the past like 15, 17 years. I think like the yearage is a little varying. I don't know specifically. Like I've seen 16, I've seen 15 indefinitely. I've seen 16, I've seen 17, whatever. But it's been this transit since 2008. That like Pluto's been in Capricorn, which has been affecting us, and it's karmically, and like it's going to be over on November 19th when Pluto goes direct in Aquarius for the next 20 years. And so there's going to be a lot of expansion there. So in general, the collective consciousness, Pluto being in Capricorn since 2008, it was about like, materialism and like the structure of things, and everything's coming to a head. Like obviously, politically, like things have come to a head, change is inevitable now. But like it's been for me, like I've had this crazy awakening period since 2008, probably. It started for me personally since I was 12. I'm 32, so 20 years. But like it really started to like propel me when I was how old was I? 14. So 2006 when I was like raped and stuff. And that was like really this big expansion journey for me and consciousness and belief systems and stuff. But like for all of us, all like us, I've been doing like a lot of conspiracy theory stuff like since I was 16 years old. And like to me now in my research, I know it's not conspiracies. They just label that to like try to discredit you, getting too close to uncovering people's shit, right? But it's not. It's like I see the truth. I'm a truth seeker. Like that is like my job in life predominantly is to seek truth. I want to know the truth of things. I mean, a lot of us millennials collectively, Pluto is in Scorpio in our charts because as a generation, we all have the same Pluto, which is about like, you know, collectively, our generation, what we're working through. And so like our Pluto is in Scorpio, which is like the taboo and esoteric knowledge and like uncovering things and getting to like, you know, the dark of things. And so I definitely have seen this pattern in my life a lot. And so coming back, like this transit with Pluto and Capricorn since 2008 for me and for a lot of other millennials around here in Eugene that I've noticed is that like we've all seen the shit. We all see it. Like we might not talk about it openly because like I'm fucking tired of people being like, yeah, conspiracy theorist. I'm like, bro, I have a master's degree. I am like, you know, a professional student. Like I know how to like read stuff and question and like, dude, like I'm not an idiot. I'm pretty intelligent. So a lot of us are tired of being labeled as conspiracy theorists when we're actually right and we know what shit's going on, you know? And so it's like everybody around here, even older folks, but we've been seeing the truth of things and everything's coming to a head, that change is inevitable and change needs to happen. And so it's like when Pluto goes direct November 19th into Aquarius, we're going from like individual me consciousness to collective we consciousness. And so now we're making this change from, you know, egoic pursuits to like collective, like unity consciousness pursuits. And it's going to be for the next 20 years. And so like a lot of this stuff that we've been going through with like the government and the political landscape and like our own like internal landscapes is going to expand because it's no longer going to be about like the individual. It's going to be about collective unity consciousness. And so like we're all really psychic around here. It's going to happen. Like we have been evolving, obviously, like my entire life, but we've been evolving like at an exponential rate recently. And so like we're stepping into, you know, the age of Aquarius where Pluto's in Aquarius for the next 20 years. So we're going to be expanding. We're going to be focused on like our communities. We're going to be focused on like, you know, reshaping, restructuring like systems that aren't working anymore, which is a lot. Like everybody knows everything's falling apart and it's not working. So now it's the time to like be doing that. And I definitely feel like my generation, the millennials, are really at the core of doing that because it's like we all believe the same things. It's just some people are more vocal than others about the change. So that's going to be happening. And I'm really excited for it because like I'm fucking ready for like the end of my shitty cycle. I mean, it's been amazing. It's been a lot of growth. Like I met my ex-husband in 2008. So it's just been like a roller coaster ride, you know? There's been a lot of tough. It's been really tough for me. Overall, it's been really tough. There were really beautiful moments. I think from 2018 to 2021 was like the best 3 years I've had out of that cycle. And it was really magical and spiritual and flow, like effortless flow. And I was really healthy and I felt really good in my body and I was making art and I was singing and I was dancing and like I'm super grateful for that. That is like a piece of the chapter that I hold close to my heart because it was amazing and it's who I really am, you know? But I am grateful for like all the hard shit too. Cause like, you know, how can a diamond be formed without pressure? So I'm grateful for all of it. I'm most grateful for like the really fun flow stuff. But I'm totally ready for this chapter to just close. And it's going to be better. Also, my horoscope, not horoscope, but my natal chart says the later years of my life are going to just be more full and nourishing and enriched and better. So I'm like, I'm there for it. I'm there for it. So yeah, there was my little tangent about this astrological weather coming up. I'm like, I've been talking about it at community healing night every night. And my friend Josh is just like, you're really excited about this transit. I'm like, you have no idea. So yeah, that's really cool. That's coming up. So I was talking about community healing night. I was in an art show. I was going to talk a little bit about my art, but I feel like I want to stay more private about that because like I have a lot of momentum and I don't want external influences. You know what I mean? Like I have learned a lot. I used to be an oversharer as an Aries. I used to like have no boundaries and overshare, and that's how you leak energy, is like by telling people every single thing about you and what's going on in your life. And so like I've learned that. I've learned a lot. I've grown as a person. But I've learned that it's not good to overshare. So I'm going to keep my art to my heart because it's taken me a long time, like years, to get back to making art. I'm going to keep my art to my heart. And when I feel ready to talk about it and show like what I've been making and doing, I'll do it. But I just want to have more energy, contained momentum, and it's like a spiritual practice now. So I like don't really want to talk about it. It's like meditation and visions and stuff. Like it's just not really what I want to talk about right now. But I am doing it and I'm really grateful for it. And I just want to keep moving forward. So that's cool. I've been making orgonite with my friend Miriam, Grandma Miriam. And so that's been interesting. The weather is like not good to continue doing it, so I have to wait till like the spring to do more orgonite creation, making resins. Like I didn't make this, but this is what orgonite is. And this is actually a bad example of orgonite. This is like a bought one. Orgonite's supposed to have like 60% metal, whereas this is like 80% crystal. Crystals are great. You should have crystals in orgonite. But in order for it to actually work and discharge and transform, like, you know, EMF radiation and things, it has to be more metal. So like the premise of this is awesome because like the quartz crystal with the copper wire at the top makes it a conduit. And so it's moving the energy out, right? But there needs to be more metal. There needs to be like a lot more metal so that it can absorb like radiation from my phone that I'm like talking on, radiation from the Wi-Fi, so I have like a bunch of I made this huge one. I made it. It took me a couple days, but I made it and I put it next to my Wi-Fi router because the Wi-Fi router's in our bedroom and it's not good for you. It's like, you know, radiation. It can cause cancer. It disrupts you. It disrupts your hormones. Why is everyone like so puffy since they turned on 5G? Like, it disrupts your hormones. It causes cancers and tumors and radiation and stuff. It's just like we have a smart meter. They installed smart meters. We're a smart city now. So I have orgonite under my smart meter and I opted out to have the Wi-Fi going. So we have to pay extra money for eWeb to come and read our meter once a month. Because I don't want to, there's just so much. You can only do so much, you know? And I'm very sensitive as it is. Like, very sensitive to people's energies. And then, like, you know, EMF is not good. Like, I got COVID when they turned on 5G in 2001, the end of 2001, 2 weeks after I met my husband. We got COVID, and then I've just been like going through the ringer with like the EMF exposure, EMF radiation, my health. I finally have my health back, but it's because we bought a Rife machine. And if you don't know about rifing, you should look it up. R-I-F-E, Rife frequency. You should do some research on that, because like that is the future of healthcare system, taking your health into your own hands. It's like a step under med beds. Like, everyone should have one of these devices in their home. But I won't talk about it. You do your own research. And if you really want to know, you can like message me privately, and I will, preach Jehovah about Rife frequency healing. Anyways, I digress. So, yeah, I've been making Organite. I've taken a break because like it has to be like, I think 65 to 80 degrees for it to cure. And it's like rainy. I don't know if you can tell. It's like dark, ominous. It's been raining all day. It was like raining super hard in the night. Rainy season is here in Oregon. Huzzah. I'm okay. Taking my vitamin D. And I asked my parents for a happy lamp for Christmas. So I will live. And we have a sauna at our gym that I've been like loving. So that's cool. Solar flares. Solar flares have been intense, although like my body's been adjusting fairly well to the solar flares this year. Last year was, oh my gosh, it was super intense. I was just like always sick and always feeling terrible, but it was because like the high energy was bringing a lot of density up and making me feel sick because my body's been adjusting. But this year I've adjusted a little better. This week has been a little rocky for me. I've been having some ascension symptoms, like my tummy's been upset. I've been having crazy crown chakra stuff, and it's not like headaches. It's like just like you could feel energy coming in and there's pressure. I haven't had a headache in like a really long time. So it's like crown stuff. I've been having like throat and sacral issues in the past. I haven't had that lately. Some solar plexus stuff. That's probably why I have digestion issues. But yeah, like I definitely am glad that I'm consciously aware about energy systems and things, or else I would think I like was sick all the time with like, medical issues. But I know that it's the solar flares. So yeah, that's why like we can see the aurora borealis a lot because of the geomagnetic storms. It's from solar flares. But I don't really know. There's some things about all of that, but I'm gonna read more before I talk about that. Yeah, so that's kind of what's going on in my life right now. Overall, generally, I'm looking forward to next year. I'm looking forward to continuing to go to the gym. I've been going to the gym weightlifting for 5 weeks. I'm proud of myself. I can share that now because I've consistently been going for 5 weeks. I'm really proud of myself. I am getting stronger. So yeah, that's cool that I can finally do that. I'm well enough to weightlift. My injuries have healed and I'm doing good. So I'm super grateful for that. I'm really grateful for being here and being able to share. I have to figure out what else I want to talk about for these Confessions of a Fleshy Star. I think it's important. To share information and personal experience and to create this container of safety for people that experience like paranormal stuff or, different dimensions of existence, timelines, realms of consciousness, expansion of consciousness, like people that just are curious and explorers and seek truth and, you know, go internally into their own internal landscape and do their own work, and they don't follow like the hive mind or do what they are told to do without questioning, but people that are like, there's more to life and being than this. So yeah, I'm super grateful to be here at this time. I am grateful for my life, my friends, my husband, my health, my art practice, my community. Yeah, I think that's what I will share. Until next time, I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day. I don't know when I'm going to post this, so day is good. And I will talk to you next time, beautiful people. Take care and stay vigilant and be curious.